This is everything you need to know while watching The Last of Us TV show and why Joel was perfectly imperfect. Well, this is essentially a fun and interesting look at the game so you can compare what was similar or not. Precursor though, this is a devastating story of love, loss, hope, despair, and all the other lovely positive and negative emotions you can possibly feel in 14 hours of gameplay. It's a hell of a roller coaster. Shall we begin? The scene is set Austin, Texas, September 2013. This is Sarah, and this is Joel. Joel is our protagonist, and Sarah is his daughter. She gives him a birthday gift, a watch, remembering that all that's about to happen happens on his birthday. Oh, they're just so sweet. Sarah wakes up and goes looking for her dad. She stumbles into his room, and a reporter with a generic zombie outbreak report is on the TV. Hang on, we can't say the Z word. They're infected. In bursts her dad, and Jimmy the neighbor comes in behind him. Joel downs him. Jimmy was sick, he says. The city seems to have gone to shit, and we have to escape. Tommy turns up, Joel's brother, and escorts them out of the city. Tommy passes a family on the side of the road, and Joel tells him to keep driving. Nothing matters to Joel except the safety of his most nearest and dearest. Take 71 to the highway. Brilliant idea, as no one else is thinking the same thing. The highway is jacked full, so we must find another way. Someone gets brutalized in front of them. We cheese it, and people are in the way. We crash, and when we start running, we realize Sarah's leg is injured. Joel proceeds to carry her. Tommy smashes her head with a brick. Anything for family. As we run through the city, the feeling of dread is really spreading, much like this infection. People are getting eaten everywhere. We get saved. Whew. And then we get held up by the military. They threaten Joel. He fires at Joel. Bang! Tommy puts one in his head. Sarah is shot in one of the most heartbreaking scenes I've seen in a while. I swear I'm not crying, it's just dust in my eyes. Sarah passes, and Joel is left here to suffer. And all of this happened on his birthday. Summer 2033. We wake from a nightmare, a flashback I suppose. Joel is surviving. This is Tess. Joel and Tess are smugglers. Joel is the brawn and Tess, she is the brains, but can look after herself. Joel and Tess are after Robert, and Tess has been jumped by his goons. So it seems to me it's rabbit hunting season, so they hunt him down. While exploring the city, you see the misery the modern world is. Babies crying in the distance, surrounded by the military, and pure brutality. Fun times. We murder, sneak, and beat our way to the wharf. Well, looky here, we have found our rabbit, Robert. Well, we kill him unceremoniously after finding out about the Fireflies and our guns. So let's go find the Fireflies, and we meet a Firefly. Marlene, the boss, the CEO, the leader, you get the drift. The Fireflies are a resistant movement doing dodgy shit. And Tommy used to be a Firefly, remember? Joel's brother? Remember that. Marlene strikes a deal so they can get their weapons back. Take this package out of the city and we'll give you your guns. Joel and Tess accept. Little do they know the package is a little girl with a big attitude. Meet Ellie. And so begins the greatest and unlikely and enjoyable duos in gaming history. We are watched and sneak past the soldiers. We eventually get caught and get scanned. Ellie is infected, or is she? 3 weeks and she hasn't turned? 2 days is the norm. They set course for the Capitol building, but there is a problem. A slight clicking problem. What in the hell is that? They're blind, but attracted to sound, and that noise. Horrific. Joel is a very jaded character with only one thing on his mind for now: get the guns. So it's called the cordyceps brain infection, CBI for short. It transfers via blood or saliva, bites or spores as the host dies, and Ellie is resistant. We might have a cure on our hands here, guys. We get to the Capitol building and they're all dead. However, Tess is infected. She stays back to protect them. The only person Joel could rely on has now been taken from him. In another brutal scene, we leave Tess to try to fend them off. She survives about 30 seconds, so let's get Ellie to the Fireflies and find Tommy. We drop down into the subway and have a clicking good time with spores, water, and pallets. Joel says, "Don't bring up his past or Tess. You do what I say when I say it." Joel buries them emotions like a man.
Fireflies. I mean, mean, real fireflies.
Yeah, I see that.
Fireflies. Ooh, I see what you did there. And we see some smoke. Must be Bill's place. Let's get a bit closer. No trap can stop me, Joel Miller. Oh, the sweet irony. We meet Bill, the man's trap we are swinging from, and we run. Bill is untrustworthy, for a reason, but we're here for a reason. A favor, a car. So gimme. Bill keeps asking about Tess, but Joel can't seem to tell Bill what happened. We search for a car. The banter between Bill and Ellie is next level. Bill tells Joel about his partner and how having a partner will get you killed. Little did he know at this point. We get to the car and the battery is gone. To the douchebag that took the battery, they can go to hell. They can go straight to hell and die. And in the high school, we meet Mr. Bloater. God damn, Bill's got great aim. The AI is great in this, not like that damn Sheva. So up until now, we have met the 3 stages of the infected. Remember, not zombies. We don't mention that. In fact, we're banned from saying the Z word. I saw the report. Check it out. We have the runners, the stalkers, and the clickers. And now, after years of infection, we have the bloaters. We make it to a rando house in the burbs, and a man is swinging from his neck. It's Frank, Bill's partner. The devs do not want anyone to be happy in this game. After a quick squiz, we find a note from Frank to Bill. Apparently Frank left Bill and hated his guts, as seen in this note. Frank wanted to explore and also stole the battery. What an asshole! Poor Bill. We sort the car out and get it going, and Bill helps us escape. Ellie finds a new comic. All the murder is now settling into Joel's mind. But they're all infected, so it doesn't count, right?
Oh, why are these all stuck together?
Highway 76, we're going to Jackson. We come across a man in the road. Joel automatically knows he is not a man in need. This asks questions about Joel. What has he seen? What has he done? They lose control and crash. Joel and Ellie get trapped by hunters. It's time to kill human enemies now, and without breaking sweat, Joel severely fucks them up. Like I said, Joel will do anything that is necessary to save the ones closest to him, even though Ellie's not quite that close yet. Joel and Ellie have to work their way across town. And they find a garage full of death. Yikes. Joke time. Take the mic, Ellie.
What is the leading cause of divorce in long-term marriages? A stalemate.
That's awful.
The bond grows. We're about to meet Sam and Henry, but first we murder a whole gang of people because we have to. Through the library, the hotel, and Ellie saves the day. Joel deflects his feelings and doesn't say thank you. Keep bearing it, Joel. You'll explode at one point. And more jokes.
I used to be addicted to soap, but I'm clean now.
Alright, I've actually never heard that one.
We meet Sam and Henry. Let's join up and get the hell out of Dodge. They're trying to get to the Fireflies. That's a coincidence. We are too. The only way out of town is to sneak out after sunset. Really, man? Sneaking out at night? Ah, of course that's the plan. We explore.
Hunters.
Tick, 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 tick.
Escape time. We sneak, we shoot, we sneak some more shooting, and we get ditched. Fair play though, Joel would have done the same thing, I'd imagine. They're not family, fuck 'em. Battered when and bruised, we wash up on shore. Joel takes offense to Henry leaving, yet Joel has done this a few times, so no judgment here. We cool, man, we cool. The bond you start to create is incredible, almost brotherly, but not totally trusting. We go through the sewer system and read some really sad notes about a man that's trapped down here. The atmosphere in this section really brings dread into the mix. as you really start to feel for these characters in the shit sandwich that they've been dealt with. We have to get to the radio tower, but the infected swarm.
Tick, tick, tick.
And then we see graffiti.
Are you fucking kidding me?
The hunters catch up. Joel massacres the sniper and the crew surrounding the buildings, no problems here, and turns that shit around on the hunters. Ellie gets murdered? We can't be having that. Do over. All the gunfire brings the infected into the mix. They are coming, and nope, let's get out of here. You really start thinking this is going somewhere good with these two groups, but it cuts to Ellie having a chat to Sam, and he says he doesn't want to turn into one of them. They rest overnight, and Sam slams through the door on Ellie. He has changed. Henny drops him in another heartbreaking scene. I swear I'm not crying, it's just dust in my eyes. And Henry kills himself. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm going to Jackson. Look out, Jackson Town.
Joel and Ellie make it to Jackson County. Joel needs to cut through the plant. And we meet Tommy, the long-lost brother of Joel. Whew, time to ditch that girl and get back to my smuggling days. Joel talks to Tommy and tells him what's up. She's immune and you need to take her to the Fireflies. Joel tries to pass it to Tommy. It's a warm reunion between the brothers. No, I don't want the photo of Sarah. Joel tells Tommy he owes him for taking care of him. And Tommy thinks it was a nightmare. What did Joel do and what did Tommy see? But they survive though, that's the important part to Joel. They get ambushed by the bandits. And we soon kill them. Ellie runs away after hearing the news and they track her down.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
And dialogue in an abandoned house. Look, Joel, I'm not Sarah. I know that. Joel knows it's a dick move what he's doing, and the guilt from Sarah wells to the surface. You can see it in his eyes and hear it in his voice. It's gut-wrenching.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain. We all have sorrow.
After a little time to reflect, Joel changes his mind. Okay, I'll take her myself.
Lean on me when you're not strong.
Yay, Joel, you totally redeemed yourself. We need to find the lab where the Fireflies are, so we head to the college and head for the science building. The chit-chat is really developing and the tone in his voice is getting even more loving from Joel.
Damn. You guys were like some idol worshippers.
When it came to sports, hell yeah. Scooch.
Well, the dialogue aimed at Ellie, that is, not the fuck yous aimed at the hunters and bandits. No one here, but a message is left. Salt Lake City, Mormontown. Looks like we're going the way of Joseph Smith.
Joseph Smith was called a prophet. Dum 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 dum.
Surprised by armed soldiers. That's gotta hurt.
Abby, get away from him!
Wait, did they just say Abby get away from him? Joel gets in a kerfuffle, goes over the top and lands on a piece of Rio bar. Ooh, and then Ellie takes the lead.
I don't see anyone. Let's go. Oh shit. Oh shit.
She helps Joel get out of college one last time and shoots and kills along the way. Joel falls unconscious. We start off by hunting a rabbit. Pesky little wabbits.
Cold never bothered me anyway.
After we chase a wild deer, we meet David and James. We barter antibiotics for dead deer. They take shelter. He is super untrustworthy to say the least. And the infected shop, I smell human blood. Or maybe just the deer blood. We battle off the infected in a shed. How RE4 of you. We make it through the windy buildings and a bloater shows up. They all get dispatched, and we can breathe for a second. David is creepy as fuck. His voice, demeanor, just everything. We get back to the shed-looking building, and the conversation takes a turn for the worse. David says his men, who were sent out and got slaughtered by a crazy man, and a little girl. Are you that little girl? Chase it! Back to Joel to administer the drugs. Let's hope that's enough. I feel like it will be, because he hasn't gone golfing yet. Sun's out. And Ellie hears voices. She was followed. Ellie escapes down the side but is discovered and she flees. The horse gets shot. No, not the horse! This exact moment is like the first time my horse died in Red Dead 2. I genuinely felt guilty for not helping it. Oh well.
Oh, Always look on the bright side of life.
The freak David captures Ellie, shoves her in a little cage, and becomes his little plaything or pet in which he can torment. She soon works out this group of people are cannibals. Ew. Mainly because of chopping up limbs and, shit like that. Ellie breaks his finger and David decides right there on the spot he's going to eat her.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Joel wakes up and it's game on. Joel hunts for Ellie, one man at a time. Remember? Anything for family. David's group proceeds to get slaughtered and Joel gets the info he needs. Ellie is going to get butchered. Ellie breaks free after announcing to David she is infected and legs it out into the snow. David traps Ellie in a restaurant and there is some toing and froing and she teaches him a lesson. A life lesson. It seems she changes after this moment, as you would. Pounding a machete into the face of a creeper and watching the life escape from his body, his soul drift off into space, the blood surrounding the body on the floor, that shit would fuck you up. Joel murders more people and walks straight into the restaurant and grabs Ellie and they leave. This is just fucking brutal. Joel and Ellie get to Salt Lake City and spring is here, the deers are jumping and the sun is up.
It's gonna be a lovely day.
Ellie has changed, you can tell in the body language of her now. She just experienced some major trauma. Joel and Ellie wander around and share a priceless moment together with a giraffe. Why does this story have to end? We're getting very close now. I can't wait to play as Joel in the sequel. We don't have to do this, but we do. That sentence alone is showing the fatherliness creep back to the surface with Joel. He just wants to go chill and teach Ellie how to play guitar. But unfortunately, these are all selfish reasons, as she could have the cure in her blood. Within the quarantine area, Ellie brings up Sarah. Joel admits he can't escape his past, because that's what he's been doing. Ellie has had a major effect on Joel up to this point. Life is getting breathed back into his cold, emotionless husk of a human being. It's as if being with Ellie brings back hope to him. Hope is good. Hope is very good. Hope is needed. Through one more tunnel to the hospital, Joel's foot gives way and ends up in the drink. Trapped in a bus, and Ellie tries to save him. She nearly drowns. They both get thrown around in the water. Uh-oh, Ellie is not breathing. Joel is trying to resuscitate her, and two dipshit fireflies turn up and knock Joel out. They get captured. Exposition time, perhaps? Nope, but basically once surgery starts, Ellie is done for, as they have to remove her brain. Joel changes his mind. He can't let them do this to her. Or maybe him.
I ain't got time for this.
Time to get my daughter back. I mean Ellie. We slaughter a building's worth of men and women, but probably not women. It's not part 2. And we burst in and kill everyone. And I mean everyone. We set them all alight. After negotiating her release, we make a run for it.
I said get back!
We get to the basement parking and Marlene is there. They talk. He kills Marlene because he knows they will just come and find her. Ellie would want this. Or would she? The car ride home is like a lie factory. Joel selfishly lies to Ellie. There are a lot of people like you, Ellie. It's all good. And then the cherry on top of this game, the final score. Ellie starts telling Joel about her friend Riley, who died of a bite at the same time Ellie got bitten. And she tells him she is just waiting for her turn to die. And she makes him swear he isn't lying about the hospital.
I swear.
I swear I'm not crying, it's just dust in my eyes.